Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So this is a question many neighborhoods, parts of the city would like an answer to. Some of those neighborhoods I represent. So I think the Chief Planner, you've said many times in the past that SmartTrack and the relief line together will relieve congestion on our transit system. I don't think she's listening to me. Sorry, this question's for you. Or actually anybody can answer it, but I'm assuming the Chief Planner would answer this question. So you've said many times in the past that SmartTrack and the relief line work together to relieve congestion on our transit system. Do you still agree with that statement?
Mayor, that's correct.
So can you explain, give us a bit of detail why that is? I think a lot of residents would like to hear this.
Sure. It's critical through the mayor to recognize that the modeling that we've undertaken in order to generate ridership numbers in support of, in understanding how to advance a variety of different transit projects included both the relief line as well as SmartTrack. It's important to note that SmartTrack, particularly if we look at the northern stations in Scarborough, are in fact driven not by adjacent densities, but are driven by the bus network and the high ridership that exists on the bus network. So the one-trip transfer becomes a critical way for people to move about the city in the suburbs, and the SmartTrack actually provides that connection in various parts of the city. Relief Line plays a very different role in the city's infrastructure. Its primary and most important role being to relieve some of the overcapacity issues that we have on the Yonge Line, particularly at Interchange Station. Building SmartTrack does not preclude the necessity of building out the second phase of the relief line north of Bloor Street as well. Our model has also demonstrated this. The challenge we have right now is that we have significant gaps in our transit infrastructure, and the solutions that we need are not, there's no one magic project that solves all of our challenges. We need different infrastructure solutions to respond to a different of infrastructure deficiencies.
So just to be crystal clear, I think what you're saying is we need both, not one or the other.
Correct.
Okay, thank you for that. And because as I say, every day of every week, I hear more and more about volume issues on line 1 and reliability issues, no matter where I travel in the city. Can you verify that building SmartTrack does not impact the timeline of the relief line? Because that's another kind of pressing issue for residents of this city, or certainly residents that I represent.
Through the mayor, it's important to note that back in 2013, we identified a timeline for building the relief line that was based on the need to generate additional capacity by 2031. It's important to note that automatic train control, which is going to be coming online soon, is going to increase significant capacity. That's why we would, in fact, our modeling shows that we don't need the relief line immediately, although we're in a little window of time before automatic train control comes online where we do have that overcapacity problem. We have not delayed the planning of the relief line in any way, and we are thrilled, in fact, to have the announcement from the province earlier this year that the province also sees it as a key priority with respect to the regional transit, and as a result is putting $150 million towards advancing the relief line. So we have continued to pace as per our work program, other than the slight delay that I indicated earlier around looking at the alignment, the Pape-Coxwell alignment question, and we will be reporting out in Q1 of 2017 with respect to that alignment.
Okay, so again, just to reiterate, that you're saying that none of this, particularly the SmartTrack, will not delay planning to the relief line?
Through the mayor, that's correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Robinson. Councillor Bailão.
Okay. I have a number of questions. The first one is on page 3 of the report. It does say that we would have to make the province whole if we change or alter the project scope. Do we have the same happening to us if they decide to not move ahead?
Mr. Mayor, that is correct. That's part of the term sheet, yes.
Okay, fantastic. And we are committing, as of today, Is it the 288 million or the 71 million that you have on page 9?
The upfront costs is,
71?
correct.
Okay.
And again,
Next.
that's an estimate.
Okay, yeah.
We've been very clear that that's an estimate. We currently understand that to be 71.
Yeah. The province has also been doing other LRT projects in Ottawa, Mississauga, Hamilton, you name it.
Yes.
Are they paying for any of those operating costs in those cities?
Not as far as we know.
Okay. So with regards to the SmartTrack and the difference, correct me if I'm wrong, what I understood was RER is the stations that were announced before, service for 15 minutes. What we're getting by investing this money is 6 extra stations, 11 other stations on Eglinton, and 7-minute service. Is that correct?
I'm not going to confirm the minutes of service, everything else for sure.
6 to 8 minutes, yes.
So 68 minutes. So we have increased services, 11 more stations on Eglinton, plus the 6 stations that serve the corridor. Okay, with regards to the station specifically, Liberty Station, you talk about the King High Line concept. Are you going to be looking at this as part of the EA for the station? To connect Liberty Village into the station? One of the concerns has been that there's no connection.
Through the mayor, that's correct, we will be.
Okay. Bloor and Lansdowne, there was a caveat, I thought, when it was announced that the city would have to pay for the connection, the pedestrian. Now, we are paying somewhat already. Is that still a question mark, or we're done?
Through the mayor, that's still a question mark that needs to be resolved.
Okay, so that question mark needs to be resolved, but